We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Throwing to start the drive. Malone.
This ball taken in here by Brooks. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 74 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with first and goal at the 1-yard line.
Looking to throw. Malone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Seahawks need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. These two teams, remember, met in Inglewood earlier in the year with the Rams coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Ready.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Eyes the crossing route and hits Watson.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd down and 6 now.
Cowboy 80.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
That's out to the flat for Akers. And the Rams are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down first and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted. I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Back to throw here. To the right side, complete to Miller. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Akers is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
That's a great response here in this first quarter. And what I like about it is how they put this drive together. The other guy scored quickly to start the game, but this was smart football to not feel like you have to go out and score quickly yourself. So they worked the ball down the field, took their time, and finished with the touchdown run.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
You talk about this Rams defense.
They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
2 yards is the pickup, and that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
The Seahawks at 2-6 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
We'll get that to Charbonnet.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 36. 25 yards there on the catch and run. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
A gear for Walker running right.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Second down and a yard. Sticking with Walker on second down.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And Walker once more.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
Let's go.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Wolf on now for the extra point.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Malone, and this one's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Malone, he's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Straight ahead, Walker. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And, oh, boy, nobody wants to see this. That's the running back, Kenneth Walker, who appears to be injured. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Let's go now.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. That's DK Metcalf running his slow. He's got it. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 28 yards.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Malone got his tight end. That's complete. That's Howard. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. It's a sack for a loss of 4, and that brings up 3rd down and goal.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely 1st down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawks touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up. The extra point now coming from Myers. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Ready?
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here we go.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7.
79 Broncos.
He'll drop to throw. That's taken in by Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
They go play action here on first down.
And that one complete downfield to Cup.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist. Touchdown, Rams!
Cam Akers.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Rams have taken the lead. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and a defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake. Malone.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And this one will be brought back to the 22.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On the jump.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Throwing on first down. Malone.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
To throw on second down. Malone going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Operating from the gun, Malone. Short pass to Howard. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Take go.
Back to throw. Malone going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
And the Rams are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
With a fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this 3rd quarter at their own 25.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, It is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 27-yard line. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
It always seems like a lightning bolt when you get a big run on 3rd and inches. But in this case, all the credit has to go to the offensive line. They out-leveraged the defensive front and created a gap for him to get through and create that big-time run.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's where this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Going right back to Akers.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Touchdown!
Cooper Kupp.
26 yards.
And the Rams have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Rams kickoff team on the field. And here we go with the ball in the air.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Malone. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL. But if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Malone. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On the jump. Cougar 19.
There's Charbonnet once again.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Malone.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone, because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
3rd and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more.
Charbonnet.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Rams are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
And this is what it's been like all game long. Guys running free in the middle of the field. This defense has just had no answer for this passing game. And that's another good hook up there.
Ready?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Here we go.
2nd and 10.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
129 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he gets it down to the 32. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Here we go. Here we go.
And they will take a knee here.
Let's go.
And they take a knee.
ready.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Trey Hendrickson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
At the 47-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now.